Hey there, welcome back to another episode of Digital Nomad Ventures. My name is Mike, and in today's video, I'm going to be showing you everything that you need to know to apply for the Smart Visa, which is a program that was introduced back in 2018 to incentivize highly skilled professionals, entrepreneurs, and investors to come and basically set up shop here in the Kingdom of Thailand. So, not a lot of people know about this program. They're obviously familiar with the volunteer education, retirement visa, and maybe the elite visa as well. But Smart Visa is still a relatively new program. It's still kind of flying under the radar. And I wouldn't say that it takes the place of a digital nomad visa, but it is a really good option if you're looking to come and basically settle in Thailand for 6 to up to 4 years. They have a couple different visa types. There's 5 of them. You have the startup visa, which is the one that I'm under, investor, talent, executive, and other for spouse. If you have kids, your kids can come over and basically be sponsored under your Smart Visa. So hopefully you're excited to learn more about this topic. I'm just going to hop on over to my laptop and take you through the whole process. Thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe to the channel.
Okay, so here I am in front of my laptop and I've got the website for the Smart Visa program pulled up. And as you can see, this is the website, so smartvisa.boi.go.th. I'm going to include a link in the description below with more information. And let's just make this a little bit smaller. Okay, so this is the website, and right off the bat, you can see there's an intro video playing here. There's no work permit required. It takes the place of a work permit, and you don't need re-entry to come back and forth into Thailand. 90-day reporting is extended to 1 year, which means you don't have to go back to immigration every 3 months to basically prove that you're still in Thailand. And then it goes into the different types of visas, which we can also see over here. So let me bring it up. We've got the Smart T visa, which is for talent, Smart I for investor, Smart E for executive, Smart S for startup, which is the visa that I'm under, and Smart O for spouse and children. So each one of these visas has different requirements and qualifications that you need to prove. And I'll be going through that in more detail throughout this video. But first, I just want to take you through the official website. The BOI is the Board of Investment, which is a sector of the government here in Thailand. And a lot of businesses that are formed in the country are through the BOI. So once you get in with them, you're good, right? So as long as you can continue extending your visa, this one is good for 2 years. The Smart Visa is valid for 2 years, and the other ones are extendable up to, I believe, 4 years. So this program was launched in 2018 as a way to incentivize highly skilled professionals, investors, executives, and startup entrepreneurs to basically set up their business in the Kingdom of Thailand. Smart Visa holders are granted a maximum 4-year permission to stay, exemption from the work permit because it takes the place of a work permit, which is what you need to legally work for a company in Thailand. And so that's all I'll say about that. And you're also entitled to additional privileges such as fast track at the airport when you're traveling, and also, again, no re-entry permit required. And you can read more about these different things on their About page, which I'll bring up real quick. So you can read all about this. There's 13 different S-curve industries, which you can go through in more detail. The program was launched in February 1st, 2018. And essentially, it's designed to enhance Thailand's attractiveness in drawing science and technology experts, executives, and investors and startups to Thailand. Here's the different targeted industries. We've got automotive, medical and wellness, tourism, digital, which is what mine would fall under because it's a virtual tour startup, photography, and technology and marketing, smart electronics. And you can read through those. Also, more information about how to apply, which I'll be going into in more detail throughout this video. You submit your application. There's some documents that you need to upload. Usually it takes about 1 month before they get back to you with an approval or a rejection notification. the first time I applied for the Smart Visa, I was actually rejected because it just wasn't the right time. It was during COVID, and my pitch deck needed a lot of work, which the second time I applied, I was able to fix up my pitch deck, improve it dramatically, and then I was approved. But I decided not to go back to Bangkok to get the Smart Visa for about a year. My application expired. I had to reapply. It was actually reapproved for a second time. I just had to, kind of like show proof of work, basically that I was accomplishing things for the startup. And then about 3 months ago, so that would have been, I don't know, March or April, I went back to Bangkok. I had to go to the one-stop service center, and it took about 3 hours. I was able to retrieve the Smart Visa, get the passport stamp. I paid the 10,000 baht fee, which is quite affordable, all things considered. It's good for 6 months. And I just wanted to get off of my tourist visa because I was on COVID extensions for about 2 years. And I just had to keep going back to immigration 60 days at a time, waiting in line. It was getting pretty annoying after a while. So I just transferred over to the Smart Visa, and I didn't even need to leave the Kingdom of Thailand. So I've stayed in Thailand for about 2.5 years now, and I have not left through the tourist visa and now the Smart Visa program, right? So very useful. You also need to show, proof of health insurance. I use a company called Passport Card Nomads, which I'll include more information about at the end of this video. They are basically sponsoring me for 1 year, and you have to show proof of health insurance for the entire duration of the Smart Visa, right? So I'm also going to include a link where you can sign up for Passport Card Nomads in the description below, so you can check that out. And there's a lot of information here. Obviously, I just discussed you need to pay the 10,000 baht fee per person per year. And for me, that was just for 6 months, but I can extend it up to 2 years. And then I think I just have to keep paying the 10,000 baht fee, which is not too bad. And you also need to renew the visa 60 days before its expiration date. So my date is, coming up pretty soon. I think next month I'll have to go back to Bangkok to extend that. And then I also need to show proof of income in a bank account, which is something else we'll be talking about in a little bit. So yeah, that's basically all there is to know about the Smart Visa. You can obviously go into more detail and read through this website if you want to. They're also going to be launching a long-term resident visa, but it's not officially approved yet, and we don't really know when it's going to be approved. But they have a webinar right here, which I joined, and I'm interested to learn more about that. But that's for wealthy pensioners and retired people and, like successful entrepreneurs living in Thailand. So not quite there yet. But yeah, next I want to go into the Smart Visa qualifications. So you've got this graphic here, which you can pull up. And actually, I'm not going to go into that one. I'm just going to show you right here on their website. So you've got the Smart T Talent Visa. That's for highly skilled professionals in the targeted industries I touched on earlier. Science and technology experts, you need a salary of at least 100,000 baht per month, which is roughly $3,000 per month. And keep in mind that a lot of the digital nomad and remote work visa programs that more and more countries are adopting also have this stipulation, this requirement, that you need to be, first of all, working for a remote company and making, let's say, $3,000 per month. That is one of the requirements to get the visa, right? So this is really nothing out of the ordinary. And if you're talented, it should be pretty easy to make $3,000 a month, theoretically. You also need to have an employment contract of at least 1 year. So that's the talent visa. You can read more about it just by clicking on the button. Again, I'm going to include a link in the description with this website so you can check it out. And next, we've got the investor visa. You need a minimum of direct investment of 20 million bahts. These are for investors in technology-based businesses such as my own. So if I could find someone on their Smart I visa to invest in my startup, that would be great. You can either directly invest 20 million baht or you can invest 5 million baht into a technology startup such as mine, under a Smart Visa, right? So that's the investor program. Then you've also got the Smart E Executive Visa. This is for senior executives in technology-based companies. Again, they're really trying to appeal to science and technology workers and STEM, like STEM people, science, technology, I think education and math. I don't know. I don't know what the E stands for, but yeah, basically STEM people. So you need a bachelor's degree with work experience at least 10 years. You need a salary of 200,000 baht, which is roughly $6,000 a month. So this is for high achievers, high earning people, and you need at least a 1 year contract working for companies using technology and manufacturing. Blah blah blah. Now let's go into the Smart S visa. As I take a sip of water, this is for technology-based startup entrepreneurs such as myself in the targeted industries. And there's different durations for this visa, right? You got 6 months, you got 1 year, you've got 2 years. So it's extendable up to 2 years, which allows you to live and work in Thailand for your own startup, which is really nice. You don't have to work for a company. It takes the place of a work permit that you would normally get working for a company. So you need to show a deposit of at least 600,000 baht, which has been held for at least 3 months. So for the 6 month visa, this is not a qualification that you need to show. That's only for the 1 year visa and 2 year visa. So once your startup is starting to basically earn income, it should be relatively easy to show 600,000 baht. It needs to be in a Thai bank account, which is another reason why having a smart visa is so nice. It allows you to also open a bank account, which is something that I struggled with for about 2 years. And I was finally able to open one with Bangkok Bank here in Thailand. You also need to show health insurance, which is valid for the entire duration of your visa. Again, I'm using Passport Card Nomads. They basically sponsored me for 1 year. And I'm also helping to promote the health insurance company. They're based in Israel. So I'll do that later in the video. But yeah, so you also have to hire 2 to 3 Thai people and give up majority share of your company, which is something that freaks a lot of people out. But it's really not that big of a deal if you have a really good lawyer and all that stuff is taken care of. So with all of that being said, I'm going to now go into how to actually apply for the Smart Visa. So, all of this is good to know, but the most important thing is how to apply and increase your chances of getting approved for the Smart Visa. So you'll have to fill out this information in order to register, right? So I've already registered a couple times, and I'm just going to sign into my account. So here we are. I've got my information entered in already. And here we are in the Smart Visa dashboard. So we've got some more general information, which was already discussed on the homepage: target industries, types of Smart Visas, how to apply. So here's more information about how to apply, which I'm going to be going into in more detail in this video. Thanks so much for watching, and please subscribe if you have. So yeah, another important thing is you have to extend your visa 60 days before the expiration date. I'm not sure how strict they are about that, because I haven't had to cross that bridge yet. But yeah, that's important as well. Here's the address of the One-Stop Service Center, as I discussed earlier. It's in Bangkok. It's an area, so you'll need to go into this building, and basically you have to set up a meeting 3 days in advance of your appointment. So you also have to set up an appointment, and then just go in. It usually takes, for me, it took about 3 hours, but keep in mind this was during the pandemic, and there weren't a lot of people in the office. Also, the Smart Visa program is fairly competitive, as you can imagine. It's not very easy to get this visa. That's why a lot of people just go for their education and volunteer visa. There's much less requirements, right? But if you have a very promising startup idea that shows benefit to the Thai economy and is clearly going to help them moving forward, then Smart Visa is a great option for you. So as you can see here, this is my status. So I've already received my visa, and I'm actually just gonna get the passport real quick. So here's my U.S. passport. I had to get a new one, which I just sent for the U.S. Embassy. Let me make this screen a little bit bigger. And there it is. So as you can see right there, is that the Smart Visa? Let's see. No, here it is. This is the Smart Visa. So Smart S Visa, valid until November 8th. So yeah, I already have my Smart Visa. So I'm not just making this stuff up. And as you can see here, I've already received the visa. And I can also pull up my history. So you can see here, this is the date I submitted it, December 30th. And then I actually had to resubmit it. See, I submitted it originally in 2021, December. And then it was approved, but I never actually collected the visa because I just kept basically getting the COVID extensions. So I had to reapply. So right here, March 16th, 2022, submitted, and then approved on March 16th, looks like. And then I collected it in May or April. I can't remember exactly. So yeah, that's that. And then you can also go over to required documents. So these are the documents that you need to upload. For the 6-month Smart Visa, there's not many documents you need to upload. This is basically the checklist. So Smart Visa, you've only got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Looks like 6 different documents you need to upload. And then just so you fill out this form, you can download the application as well, which is over here. It's basically just a PDF that you need to fill out. So here's the PDF. It doesn't take very long, you know. You fill out this information, basically like your business plan, essentially. And then let's see. Let me go back to status. You can actually just pull up the documents. So here's the different documents: the qualification endorsement for the Smart S Visa, copy of valid passport. Obviously, you need to show that. That's anywhere you go. And then the pitch deck. So I can actually bring up my pitch deck right here. This is essentially similar to a business plan, but less detail, right? So here's my pitch deck for Thailand 360 tours. I should have updated this because I was living in Chiang Mai at the time. And but I'm not going to go through this because this is all kind of proprietary information. I'm not going to take you through my pitch deck, obviously. But yeah, so then you also need to show a copy of health insurance. And for passport card nomads, the requirement here is 500,000 baht. But mine is actually $500,000, I believe. So it's way above the threshold. And it's essentially a prepaid card that you can use. You just basically send them your hospital bill if you're in an accident or you get COVID or something. And then they just transfer the money onto your card. I've luckily never had to use the health insurance plan yet. I was in a motorbike accident fairly recently, which was out of my control. But I just got scraped up. It's just flesh wounds, and I didn't have to go to the hospital or anything. So not too worried about it. And obviously, I'm not traveling. I haven't been anywhere for 2.5 years. I just stay here in Thailand. I live on an island called Koh Samui, which is the second largest island in Thailand. And most of my business dealings are going to be in Koh Samui and Phuket, and maybe Bangkok as well, possibly Chiang Mai. But for now, I don't really need the health insurance, only for this Smart Visa, right? So yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. You have to upload these documents. After the first 6 months, you need to, I think, enroll in an incubator or accelerator program, which I've already started kind of making inroads into. Probably have to go to Bangkok for a couple months and enroll in that accelerator program. But I'm going to be joining Remax which is a global real estate company, and they have an office here in Samui. So that's basically they're going to be setting me up with clients, and I don't have to do a lot of the work, right? So I'm just going to start making money hand over fist, hopefully, and then start, I could show that 600,000 baht in a bank account. So that's pretty much all there is to it. You can also, I should probably do this pretty soon. I have to upload an extension form. So I'm not exactly sure what this is all about, but I should probably do this pretty soon. I have to extend my visa relatively soon. And then, yeah, if I don't show the proof of income, then I'm not sure if they're going to extend it or not. But hopefully I'll get lucky. And yeah, so that's pretty much all there is to it. And so a lot of people don't know about the Smart Visa program. They're familiar with, obviously, Elite Visa. That one I can go into more detail in another video. I don't really know how it works exactly, but it's quite expensive. It's like a million baht, so that's $30,000, but it's also valid for 30 years, I believe. So that's roughly $1,000 a year to stay in Thailand, which is it's a pretty good deal if you think about it. And so, yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. Again, I'm going to leave a link in the description below to this website, also for the health insurance. And I have a course as well. So I have a full course that basically walks you through this process in a lot more detail and increase your chances of getting approved for the Smart Visa. But this is a very, very good program. It was introduced in 2018, and it really just opens up a lot more opportunity for people that are smart, hence the name, and they want to come and live and work in Thailand. So as you can see here, the startup visa is the most common visa that people get. There's like over 500 people that are on this visa. Talent is about half that number. And then investor obviously is a lot more selective. There's only 5 people, 54 for executive, and then spouse and children. So if you have kids and you're married, then that's also a really good option for you, because they can get sponsored under your Smart Visa to live and work in Thailand for the entire duration of your stay. So really, really good. And let me know if you have any questions. Post a comment below on YouTube, and I'd be happy to help you. Also include my email address if you want to send me an email. And that's pretty much all there is to it. So now I'm just going to go into a little bit more detail about passport card nomads and how to apply for that. Because again, you will need health insurance when you go to collect your Smart Visa. Thanks so much for watching this episode, and please subscribe to the channel. Until next time, peace from Thailand.